What's up, boys? Welcome to this week's video. Basically, elite skin tier list, got all of them, including Fenrir, who was released 2 days ago. Gonna give the actual outfit a rating out of 10, gonna give the animation a rating out of 10, and then we're just gonna put them on the tier list where they belong. So let's get straight into the video. Okay, so starting off with Ace. Ace has scored 14 out of 20. That does put him in A tier. I completely agree with that. I really like the skin. I really like the animation. They're both brilliant. They're both not like the best that you've got, but they are way above average. The blue works well. The whole personality works well of like the social media influencer as well. So yeah, enough said for Ace. Okay, and next up is Alibi. Alibi is a dead average skin. It's got that bit of personality definitely about it. It's definitely not the worst. I mean, there are some really bad skins or really bad animations here that I will definitely look into in a bit. But yeah, Alibi, the gun skins are quite nice. The iron, the wood looks nice. I mean, the actual elite skin itself kind of gives her that personality again, but I think it's definitely mediocre, so she goes straight into B tier, and again, I think that's where she belongs. Alright, so next is the Ash crossover skin. I think this is a Tomb Raider crossover skin. I haven't played Tomb Raider, so I'm not going to be biased towards it. The actual skin is nice. I think it's clean. I really like the rose tinted glasses. I think they're definitely the best bit of it. That's why I've given it a bit of a boost. But then the animation is definitely the best that we've seen so far. You know, she's got the dual pistols going do. Like, it's just cool, isn't it? So definitely an 8 out of 10 for that. With that then, Ash is going to go straight into A tier. Alright, and next we have the very first elite skin. There's actually not too much to say about this. The actual uniform is really basic. I think I gave it another like extra little mark or something because I thought it's the first one. You know, you got to give something. Obviously, the actual animation itself, she is just on the phone and she tells you to stop, or she puts the finger up at you. Not even the middle finger. Could have made it the middle finger, that would have been better. Just really boring. So Ash actually finds herself into C tier, but the very bottom. Alright, next is Azami. Azami is just cool, isn't she? She has shurikens, she has a mask, she's just cool. I really like the skin. I actually prefer her normal skin, to be honest with you. I think her normal skin is one of the nicest in the game. Especially, I think you've got the G2 skin, which I have on her, which makes it red, and I think that just looks awesome. The actual animation, the animation's like slightly above average. I mean, she's just shooting some kind of dummies, I guess. But yeah, so she got 14, which puts her in A. A is looking a little bit chock-a-blocked. However, there are going to be quite a few more that I can tell you are a lot worse. Alright, and talking about getting a lot worse, we move on to Bandit, and unfortunately, I own this elite skin. I don't know why I own this elite skin. I don't know why I own half of my elite skins. I have this thing where I go on a, you know, like a nice little 5-game streak. I'm like, oh, I actually like this operator, buy the elite skin, and then never play him again. Bandit is definitely one of those. It just doesn't work for me. The bike look, it doesn't work for me. The animation is a little bit cooler. The reason why I gave the animation like a little bit more, he throws sunglasses on at the end, and you can just like kind of rub that in the enemy's face, and then it's a really annoying noise at the end as well. It's just loud and it's annoying. So it's actually more because it's an annoyance for the enemies, and you're just going, ha, fuck you guys. So yeah, alright, sorry, I was in such a rant, I actually forgot to give Bandit a tier, but Bandit did get into C tier. I'm also going to place him a little bit below Ash. I know I haven't actually put these in a particular order. They are just going to get what their score goes. I definitely don't agree with a couple of these. Like, I think Azami is probably nicer than Ash, but yeah, I'm off then. Let's move on to the next one. And we are going strong, because next we have arguably one of the worst skins, in my opinion, Blackbeard. Blackbeard has managed to score 3 out of 20, which puts him in D tier, and I completely agree. It's a boring skin. He's literally just telling you that he's watching you in the animation. It's like, why pay money? I think it's like 12 quid an elite skin. Why pay £12 to do that? Just don't play Blackbeard as well. You shouldn't play Blackbeard. I know he's getting a rework, but if you play Blackbeard, don't play him. Alright, so next we have Blitz. Blitz is the first of the elite skins that are based on like an older war, kind of giving him that style. And I know it's literally the definition of beige, but it has something about it. It's not an amazing skin. It's kind of a dead average skin. It is at the bottom of B, which I kind of agree with. I like the animation. The animation is quite cool. Like the way that his first flash like takes you out of the game, makes the screen dark. I always like those kind of animations. But yeah. Oh, so next up we have Buck. Buck I gave 14. Puts him near the bottom of A, but I think that's where he belongs. Looking at the skin, I think it's kind of an average looking skin. But the goggles and the pickaxe just give it that little extra something. And then the animation itself, the way that the camera starts behind that wall of ice and then he uses his ability, shoots it, I think that's really cool. Alright, so next up is Capitao, and Capitao's elite skin is a guy in shirt and jeans. But he has an eye patch, which is cool, I guess, so that's why I gave him a 4 out of 10. That's literally it. For the animation itself, the animation is him doing keepy ups. He's got a bit of techers. I kind of guess it fits with his Brazilian heritage as well. And the music's not annoying, so he gets an 8, and that puts him at the bottom of C. Do you agree? Alright, so Castle's elite skin is the definition of a badass, basically. He's got that entire personality about him. He's got the leather jacket. He, in the animation, he robs a bank. He kicks down tables. He gets his shotgun out. It's just cool, isn't it? I definitely like them both. I think they're definitely the cleanest, like, together that we've seen. And probably the best set we've seen so far. In fact, he actually manages to get right at the top of A. Didn't quite get S, but I think that's exactly where he should be. Cav skin, I guess, is just an average skin, really. The only added kind of bit, I think, is when in the animation she kind of punches through the camera. I think that's the coolest aspect of this. It's just clean. It's nothing special. It's nothing tragic. So yeah, she's just dead in the middle. She got 10 B. I think that's where she should be. Okay, so another elite skin set that's going to go into A, and quite a few of these have gone into A so far. He's another example of like the old kind of war based like skins. So in this one, he's the Trench Doctor. I really like the skin. The skin's awesome. The helmet's cool. The flag's cool. The actual old like look is cool. The animation itself, the animation's nice, apart from the really loud music and kind of the filter. I'm not too keen on the filter. I'm sure some people are, but I'm just not. However, if you do have the Rick Sanchez set for Doc and you combine it with that, yeah, the enemies are not going to like you. Alright, so Dokkaebi's actually going to score the same as Doc, 14 for her as well. A is looking pretty chock-blocked, and might have just have a load in, but oh well. Personality-wise, you know, I got the hip-hop kind of look. I really like the look. The gun skin with the elite skin set, I know I haven't actually like ranked them off it, but I do just want to add one of the nicest ones, like the purple and the white, just really nice, really clean. The actual animation, I guess, you got the music, you got the cool dance moves. The music is actually alright, like, you know, it's not really music, but it's just a little tune, I guess, and it's just a cool animation, so yeah, sweet. I think with Echo's elite skin, he's a ninja, and ninjas are cool. It's kind of like gives me Azami vibes as well. He gets 6 on both, above average on both, because the animation where he just appears at the start, that's cool. And the actual skin, like just the whole black ninja look, really works. He gets 12, puts him right at the top of B. Alright, so Echo's other skin, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a crossover. I actually don't know what this is crossover from. The actual skin, I prefer the ninja one. And I don't know what it is. It just gives me Bandit vibes, this one, with the whole like kind of bikerish look. But the actual animation is really fun. I like the bit where he gets hit on the head by a baseball and everyone laughs, and then it finishes. So he goes into B. Okay, so another one that Ella. If you play Ella, you might as well buy it. I mean, it's not awful. The skin, I guess, she's got personality in this one. As in, like, the artist kind of look. And I guess the skin has all the paint on it, the dried up paint, which is pretty cool. The way her animation kind of finishes with just her face on the paint, again, it's alright. I personally actually don't like this one that much, but you have to give it respect because it is, I think a lot of people do probably like this one, but she ends up in B. Okay, so now we move on to the newest skin. It was released 2 days ago, I'm pretty sure. You might not have seen him below the first few clips because I did forget to put him in. But Fenrir's skin is a 10 out of 10. It just gives him the personality and like the mad professor look, it's just so cool. The whole lab coat, the whole like monocle, everything looks so cool. The way he holds that book in the animation, it's just awesome. 10 out of 10. And then of course the animation is a 9 out of 10. The animation is so cool as well. Like the whole way, like you're like kind of seeing somebody or him, I guess, as that creature, and then you realise he takes it off. Scribbles, happens again. It's just really cool. And I know I'm waffling out of my mind on this one, but it's a really nice skin and I like it. And I'm probably would like to know if you guys like it as much as me. So we have, with 19, our first S tier elite skin. Okay, so Finka ends up in upper C tier. Her skin is average. Her skin is, it's just something else. It's kind of like Ella. It's something, but I don't like it. The actual animation itself is, it's like a superhero movie. It's like, oh, I can't pick up a bit of rubble. Hang on a second. Let me use my ability. Yes, I can. Yeah. Alright, and next is the Assassin's Creed crossover, which is Flores. Flores has scored 14, which puts him in A, which, again, I think he definitely deserves. Is the Assassin's Creed skin. I haven't played enough Assassin's Creed to know actually who it is, but basically, he's a white ninja, and ninjas are still cool. The animation itself is the animation from Assassin's Creed, where people jump into a hay bale. That happens all the time in the games, and of course, they've put it into the actual elite animation, which I think is really cool, and definitely deserving of A. Okay, so Frost is one of those skins where I don't know what it is about the uniform, but there is something about it. Like, it is just a little bit clean. But the animation, she is just sitting around the campfire and she ties her hair up or something. So, I mean, Frost got into C. I think it was right at the top of C, and I think she belongs there, kind of like Finka. Like, but there is something about it. Like, it is pretty basic, but something about it. Okay, so Fuze is going to be another one of those war sort of aesthetics. He scored average in both of them. I mean, there's nothing really to complain about, but there's also like nothing that really puts the skin out there. I think the animation itself is a little bit basic because all he is really doing is shooting his gun into the air. And the music and the filter, again, I'm not too keen on. I'm sure other people will definitely be keen on it. But yeah. So Fuze has scored 10, which puts him in B. With Glaz, he's going to be another one of those operators that are going to score 14, but this time he gets a lot of points for his animation. The way that the coin comes down, back down, and then there's the hole in the middle. It's one of the nicest animations, definitely. The actual skin itself, it's pretty simple. I mean, I put it just slightly below average because I feel like they could have done a bit more. But then again, looking at it again, maybe it could have been a 5. But I do think overall, putting him in the A tier is pretty solid. So Hibana's elite skin is actually really nice. It's really clean. The white, but like the kind of like Japanese sort of hair. Japanese hair, you know what I mean? Like the kind of style, like the look, the whole Japanese thing. It really works. It's really, really nice. However, what lets her down is her elite skin animation. She's just pulling a bow back and shooting it really slowly, which is really boring. And because of that, Hibana actually only gets into B tier and at the very bottom. I think if the animation was better, definitely put her into A or maybe even plus A, to be honest with you. Because the skin is pretty nice, but that's where she probably belongs. Okay, so next is an interesting one, but Iana's elite skin is very well known for a certain reason, which we're definitely not going to go into, and I'm just going to judge it because of face value. So the actual elite skin, I don't really like it. I think it's a crossover from some sort of anime, and personally, I'm not a fan of anime, so yeah, I'm not too keen on it. The actual animation itself, it's okay. I mean, she's just swinging a sword around. She's got a robot as well, which kind of gives it that average, because in the end it is a bit boring. But I don't really think there's anything a lot more to say about this very interesting elite skin. Okay, just really quickly adding on, I did actually forget to put Iana in the tier list, but she goes at the bottom of B. Okay, so next we have one of the first ever elite skins I bought, which was IQ. And IQ just gives soccer mum vibes. The actual like skin itself, I like it. I don't know why I like it. I just like it. I mean, the whole kind of the actual gadget itself, like the fact that it looks like a cassette player, really cool. The headphones, really cool, and that kind of also fits into why I've also given the animation a 7. Because the whole way it works, where she's got her headphones in, doing a kind of workout, and then takes it out with the music, then the little brush of the hair or whatever, it just works. So I gave 7 out of 10 for both of those, and that puts IQ into A tier. Alright, so next one's a bit weird. We're going to be looking at Jackal. Jackal, I've already put him in. He's only just reached 5, which puts him in C. And I guess I'm going to compare him with Blackbeard and why he didn't get the D tier. And that's because at least he has a bit of personality about him. He's got the badge. He's got the kind of uniform, I guess. However, the goggles on this skin look really weird. I don't know why. In the animation, he sniffs his fingers after investigating some feet. And that's why I've put him in C. The next one up is Jager, and Jager's skin is another one of those historical uniform skins. I think out of all of them, his is... I like his actual uniform itself. His uniform itself is pretty clean. It's got nothing special, though, because it's so clean. I gave it just slightly above average. The actual animation, it's just mediocre. It's basically him throwing a grenade, getting caught by his ADS, and then him just blowing his fingers. Got a gun. I guess it's kind of cool, but it's nothing special, and that's just average. Jager got an 11, which does put him just kind of in the middle of B, which again, that's where I think he deserves. Alright, so really quickly before we do start talking about Cade, Fenrir has disappeared for absolutely no reason off the tier list for the last couple. I don't know why, but I have put him back on. Cade, when it comes to Cade, I think he's just one of those average skins again, where if you play him, you're probably going to want to buy it, but it's not a special elite skin. He's got a lot of personality. The actual uniform itself, it's quite clean, it's quite nice, but it's not that extra bit clean like a Jager. So that's why I gave that 5. And then the other one, the animation itself, it kind of reminds me of the Alibi one where they're just sitting at a table. And, you know, it's alright. I guess there's the whole kind of fight scene in it. But it's, again, nothing special. So I think he's dead average. Gonna give him a 10. Gonna be in the B tier. So I can't remember who said it about Kali or what video I was watching, but somebody said that the Kali Elite skin looks like it could be a default skin. It could be the skin that she naturally has, and I completely agree with that. The skin is nice, I guess. It's just plain black. I think that's quite clean, but it has like the headgear, which gives her that extra kind of point above an average because, you know, it just adds a little something to her character, and of course with the sniper it works. But the animation is... what is happening? It's so boring. She is looking there, he reloads it, which the animation is, and the sound is like that, the best bit of that, but she's just looking and nothing really happens. I guess it could be the idea of an Overwatch or something like that. But yeah, I think Kali definitely deserves the C tier. Alright, so with Kapkan has managed to squeeze into A, only just 13. It's another one of those old uniforms, like kind of older, war-based. I don't know if it's actually accurate, but it's definitely one of those older uniforms. I don't know what it is about them, but they look really clean. Especially like kind of, this reminds me of the Blitz one from earlier. It's got kind of that same shade, which I nice. It's why I've kind of given him above average. He has got that mask on and the hat, of course, as well. That looks quite nice on him. The actual animation itself, I gave it just slightly over average, I think. I know it's him just playing with a knife, but it just looks cool. Okay, and next we move on to Lesion. Lesion is the first ever elite skin I bought. I remember getting my Xbox voucher that I'd worked hard for, getting my first ever load of R6 credits, and buying this skin because I liked it. And my opinion hasn't really changed. I think the skin's really solid. I really like the blue and like the whole scientist look and the outside shell and the symbol. I think that looks really cool. The animation itself isn't anything special. I guess you have like kind of the filter, but it's a bit boring other than the fact that it's different. So Lesion has managed to get into the B tier, and I completely agree with that. I think I made a good choice. Okay, so next up is Lion, or in this case, Leon. I haven't actually played in the Resident Evil games, so can't really be biased. I have played Dead by Daylight, but yeah, don't really know anything about him. In terms of the skin, pretty cool. I don't know really why, but I just really like it. I like the kind of the breeches. I'm not actually too sure what they're called, but they've got the gun holders at the bottom as well. The whole like look on the side with his scanner. His scanner looks really nice with this skin. Moving on to the animation itself. The animation has zombies in it, and I think that's pretty cool because they bought it in, obviously, with the Zofia one, which we will be talking about later. And although we don't get to see any, zombies are cool. So I think he goes straight into A tier. Alright, so Maverick is going to get at the top of C tier at 8. The reason why I haven't marked Maverick that high, first of all, actually, I'm going to start on the animation. The animation's pretty boring, really. I mean, they're going really over the top with his blowtorch. I know it's his ability, but, like, he's just lowered really slowly, and then there's this blowtorch. It's alright, it's just slightly below average, I thought. The actual skin itself is alright. Again, slightly below average. There's no real... I guess it's meant to look a bit messy, but it's just not for me, and I don't really play Maverick, so maybe a little bit biased towards him, but yeah. Alright, so Melusi has got 11, putting her kind of near the top of B tier, and I like this skin. It gives her a lot of personality, and I just like the whole color scheme of it. It really works, like with like kind of the animal instinct, I guess they're going for, because the animation is pretty mediocre, but the whole reason I gave it average, like kind of the 5, is because it does fit in well with her uniform. I like the way that she had the skull at the end and then throws it down, stamps on it, and the animals come out. I guess it's a little something, but yeah, we're going to keep Melusi near the top of B, but she hasn't quite reached A. Okay, Mira's Elite is a mystery to me. First of all, I don't know why I own it. I own it for some reason. Obviously, it's what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about sometimes I just have good runs with operators and I buy their Elite skin for no reason or out of impulse. I think she's dead average. She gets a 10 overall in B. I really think she's dead average. It's just nothing special going on, but it's kind of clean as well. So her uniform... I'm not really sure what it's referencing to. It might be kind of an old uniform, an actual uniform or something. But it's okay. The actual animation itself, again, it's okay. But it's kind of I think it's a tank on the floor, a wooden tank. Make it real, and then it's better. But I do like the whole way that she, throws up the wrench. And then, yeah, it ends. So, yeah. Okay, so next up is Monty, and he's definitely the best skin we've had for a while. He got 16 out of 20, which puts him basically right at the top of A. They've definitely gone for a kind of different futuristic style with him. He kind of looks like kind of a sentry. Maybe like kind of a robotic futuristic thing. I think it looks really cool, and I like it. Many other people might not like it, but I do. Although it kind of does take away from his original look completely. For his animation, again, it's just really cool and unique. And unlike Rook, who we will be getting into in a little bit, he kind of incorporates his ability in a really cool way. So you've got the whole laser beam and the futuristic theme with him. And the fact that at the end he like stands his ground, pushes forward, presses his shield down like a real impressive figure. I sound like I'm writing an English essay. But I think it's really cool, basically. Alright, so Mozzie has scored 15. I've already put him in. His uniform, let's start off with his uniform. His uniform is quite nice. I kind of like the idea of the fire axe. I like the hat. I like the whole overall kind of look. They could have done probably more. And to be honest with you, I actually kind of prefer his motor, like helmet and his motorcycle kind of look in his normal skins or some of the other skins that you can get for him. But the main reason why I like this skin is because of the animation. The animation where he swings his fire axe as if he's trying to hit it like a golf ball. The pest. It's again incorporating his ability in a different way, and then just the fact that it hacks the camera, goes to black. Wow. So that's why I've given that an 8. Maybe should have deserved a little bit higher, but he does definitely deserve that 8. Alright, next up is Mute, and it's that old sort of uniform of that colour again. That sort of Kapkan, Blitz, and now Mute colour. The beige. I love it. Don't know what it is. I just absolutely love it. It's a really simple skin, and that's why it hasn't kind of got more. But like the actual weapon skins as well are pretty basic, but they've got like the kind of Mute X, like he's got on his mask on him. I think that's probably the nicest thing to do with the whole like skin. The animation itself, the animation is really basic. But at the end, they throw the whole Mute jam effect over the camera, and that just works so well. So Mute does get put into A tier. Okay, so Nokk next, and Nokk has managed to get into B tier. The whole uniform, the whole kind of Dark Queen look, I think they could have done so much more with this character. Maybe made it more futuristic, but instead they've gone kind of for the past kind of look. I personally don't like it. I think other people might like it. That's why I've given it a 4 out of 10. The actual animation itself works. She uses her ability in a cool way, I guess, like the whole teleport from one side to the other side and then finish on the throne with like the scepter. It's a little bit better, but I think she definitely deserves to be in that B tier. Alright, so next up is Nomad, and Nomad has scored a 14, and this is an interesting one because I think Nomad is a better Tomb Raider skin than the Tomb Raider crossover. The skin is awesome, but the animation is dodging a trap, and I think that like she's basically the Tomb Raider 2, like the second one. I think they do it better in that one. I think they should have given Ash that animation. But the skin's really nice, the weapon skins are really nice, and I think she definitely deserves to be an A, and probably one of the next ones I'm going to be buying. So Pulse has got an A. Now, before you have a go at me in the comments for this, Ubisoft have done something here where they have literally made a meme elite skin. Why have they given him a mohawk? Nobody knows. But the animation is amazing because in the game, if you get MVP and all you do is brush your mohawk, it's just so much, like, rubs the salt into the wound of the enemy. Honestly, I think he's just A tier. I think it's a funny skin. The actual uniform is really nice, and it works. Like, the glasses are cool. The mohawk's just the memey kind of bit, I guess, and I think it's definitely worth buying this one. Alright, so next we have Rook, or Buzz Lightyear as everyone else knows him as. He gets his 6, so he goes into nearly the bottom of C. The uniform, it looks like he's an astronaut, and I doubt that's what they've gone for. Maybe it is actually how the old uniforms used to look. And I mean, fair enough then, but I personally don't like it. The animation, they could have done so much more, like Monty's, but I guess this is much older than Monty's skin, and we might see a new updated version of it. He's just picking a couple of bullets out, and a lot of people might like that. But yeah, it's just too boring. I think kind of like the last one, Rook, I think this is another example of an old elite skin and how it's changed. Because obviously next on we have the crossover where it's been updated. But this skin scores 9 to the original Sledge, not crossover, original Sledge elite skin. They kind of kept it, I guess, going with the Scottish theme. The hammer with the ball on the end, it's okay. Some people will probably really like this skin. It has that beige, but it's just missing something because the actual animation as well is just him swinging it, and that is really boring. It's not, don't get me wrong, at least they've tried, and that's why he's not got around the same marks as like Blackbeard or Rook, but yeah, it's still not great, so that's why it's at the bottom of B tier. And next up we do have the updated Sledge Master Sheath, and I have played Halo unlike some of the other crossovers, and I really love the skin. I own this one, got it first day it came out. Really want to get the Glacier for the LA, and for a future video we will be buying some Glaciers, so do subscribe and check out that video when it does come out. But at the moment, the hammer looks so cool. So we'll start off with the animation then. The hammer in the animation, the whole effect, like the fact that it is accurate to the game and you've got the same music in the animation, it's just really cool. The actual skin itself is just awesome. It's Master Chief. I can't really say anything else. It's just cool, isn't it? So he has actually found himself right at the top of A. Smoke is an example of a perfect elite skin. Okay, so his skin itself is 10 out of 10. The animation is 9 out of 10, putting him straight into S tier with Fenrir. And the reason why these guys are so above is because I just don't see how they could honestly improve it. Just the fact that they've given him such a perfect character of like that university student who's like kind of a chemist, and he's got all the cool I guess his gas canister going on. The fact that the animation really incorporates that as well, and he's like spraying it around, he walks through it, does the little thing. It's just all perfect. And Smoke and Fenrir are examples of, I honestly don't see how they can improve those two elite skins. So yeah. And next is Tachanka. Hashtag bring back Tachanka's LMG. And I mean the proper LMG, where he would sit in his place, one spot, and just rain hell. Tachanka's elite skin, it's mediocre. Sorry. I think I'm going to give it right at the top of B. The actual uniform itself is pretty cool. The helmet, the fact that like it is the definition of what you would imagine it to be. He's holding a LMG in one hand. He's holding a fire grenade launcher in the other hand. No, like, he's got a massive helmet on. No, like, protection or no shirt on or anything. The animation itself is him literally shooting his fire grenades all the way up and then straight back down, walking through the fire. Yeah, fair enough. It's just, it was a bit memey, but it's a good elite skin. I wouldn't put it any more higher than B, but it's a good elite skin. Okay, so Thatcher is kind of like another old one, and I think with the old ones, you've kind of they're just average, most of them. They haven't really got a lot going on. I guess with this one, he has the moustache, which I guess is the main thing about the uniform. But he does come out of a helicopter in the animation. I was just putting dead average, so I'm a B tier. That's really all I can say about him. Right, so Thermite's another example of one of those older kind of skins. I don't actually know if it's an exact replica of what they used to wear or if it's close or whatever. Personally, I'm not too keen on this one. However, the redeeming factor of this, and the reason why he does get into the top of B, is that animation. That animation is one of the coolest animations. Just the fact that he makes fire with his hands by rubbing them. I think that's just really cool. And again, not really much more to say about it. Okay, so Thorn next, and Thorn has got the top of B again. We're seeing quite a lot of going to B now. First of all, the uniform itself is pretty cool. It's like a warrior sort of queen thing going on. The spear, the shield. It gets a 6, is above average. I don't think I'd give it any more than that. I don't think it's spectacular. The actual animation stuff, again, it's just slightly above average. My favourite bit of it is where she cuts off the spearheads at the end of it, but at the start she jumps around a little bit. All she does is poke her around. That is really all she does. So I think top of B tier. She ain't quite at A tier because there isn't that something about her, but yeah. Alright, so Thunderbird gets 13, which puts her in A, just in A. I think, like I was just saying about Thorn, it's a cool skin. It is. I really like, with this one, I really like the Arctic look. But the things that give her that extra little bit, first of all, is that flare. That flare in the animation, she's holding up high. It's really, you know, it's making the whole screen red. And with the whole snow thing, it's just adding more to that elite animation than Thorn's. But overall, like kind of the goggles on the actual uniform, the whole white look, the whole kind of texture, it works. It's just a shame it's for Thunderbird. It's another one of those kind of, I feel like, actual uniform looks. Twitch, 7 out of 10 for a uniform. I like the hat. I like the French flag on it. I like the style of it. I like the shoulder pads especially. The actual animation itself, it was really good back in like the day when she probably came out. Because obviously her gadget whizzing around her feet, she just steps on it. And that's still average, to be honest with you, now. But it's nothing... it's nothing special compared to some of the newer ones. So she does find herself in Upper B. And I think that's where she should be. Valkyrie is a very, very solid elite skin, both of which the uniform and the animation get 8 out of 10. They're definitely not perfect, but it really, like kind of the top S or the top A, they really do have that personality about them. First of all, the uniform, the kind of face paint behind the eyes, but she's got kind of like a casual look about her. Yeah, it's cool. The animation as well, when she walks around taking pictures and then the final picture, one hand takes it, flash, camera goes black. Really nice way to go out. It's that time again. But this time, first of all, I'm a Vigil main. Well, kind of a Vigil main. I guess he's one of the main ones that I play. And when I saw this elite skin, I was so happy with it. 10 out of 10 on both. Honestly, I couldn't be happier. The whole 0 day kind of rebel look, it looks so nice. It works so well with him and it really fits the operator. The animation, just the fact that I guess it's similar to Nokk's, but he's doing front flips, he's doing back flips, he grabs the camera, he pulls it out, he breaks it, goes to black. Oh, it's perfect. Warden's elite skin, 15 out of 20, A tier. I love this elite skin, the whole holiday look, the uniform first of all. The hat's cool, the sunglasses are cool. I don't know, just the Hawaiian shirt. It just fits well with the character of Warden. And then the animation, which is him, I don't know what it is, just sliding up, getting a drink. It's really cool. I like the end bit where he like puts the shades on. So yeah. Okay, so Ying got 12, got 6 in both, puts her right at the top of B. I feel like they could have done a lot more with this skin. I really get Matrix vibes from it, and the whole VR thing works well. It's just a shame they didn't do anything with that in the animation. I think it's above average in both. Like the actual like shades, the whole haircut, the whole style of it works, but they could have just added a bit more, maybe got an A. Alright, so I never played the Splinter Cell series, but Zero's animation, I don't know why I'm starting with the animation, but we're starting with it. It's pretty cool, I'm not going to lie, the whole filter. The only thing is, it's a training dummy, and I know they actually don't like bringing other people into the animations, but they could have done something else in the training dummy, I guess. And the way he's crawling up the wall as well, pretty cool. That's the way he comes in. And the actual skin itself, I think it's just really... I've never played Splinter Cell games, but I'm pretty sure that's what he just wears in the game. Then you've got the iconic like headband kind of thing with the 3 dots. So yeah, he gets into A, and I think that's where he should be. Alright, and we're down to the last operator, who is Zofia. Obviously, Zofia had a crossover skin, like line with the Resident Evil. I don't actually know who it's meant to be based off of, so if you guys do know, please let me know in the comments. The uniform, firstly, itself, it's okay. The shoulder pads, I don't know what it is about them. They just look very big, but it's probably something to do with the game. It's probably how this character actually looks. So, fair enough. I think I gave them both her a 5 in that. The animation with the zombies, I think I gave that a 6. Might have been the other way around, but overall she does belong in B, I think. Nothing special. I mean, obviously if I play the Resident Evil games, I'd know a bit more about her. The actual animation has the zombies in the background, and then she gives herself like kind of a med spray. That might be another big thing, but I don't think it's really fair for me to compare her that highly when I don't know too much about the character. And finally, it's been a long video, and if you have made it to the end, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. Also, if you did enjoy it, please give me a like and subscribe. That would be very much appreciated. We finally have Zofia's second OG skin, and I own this one. Again, it's another one. I don't know why I own her. I used to play her for a little bit. I don't think I've touched Zofia for a couple of years now. I've never played her. She is a B tier as well as her other one. I like the uniform a bit more than the last one and this one. The actual animation, yeah, it's all right. Nothing special. I'm going to end the video there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And again, please If you did enjoy, give us a like, subscribe, leave any comments down below, and I will see you guys for the next video.